Buddy, get in the chat. Whew. Yo, what up, everybody? It is your boy Fitzsmoke TV here, aka G-Lauren33. Want to welcome you guys back to the Legit Shoe Podcast. Here with your Monday Night Raw review and results for March 30th, 2020. This is the go-home show to WrestleMania, basically. The go-home Monday Night Raw. We still have SmackDown on Friday, but this is Raw's go-home show for WrestleMania. And I want to thank you guys for joining me tonight. Another empty arena show. I hope everybody's doing all right. I know we're living in tough times right now, but I hope you guys are safe and healthy. And sooner rather than later, hopefully, this is all behind us. Like I said last week, I cannot wait for the day when we get to see WWE fans back in attendance. As much as I crap over WWE, man, the fans is what make WWE thrive. And I miss seeing the fans in the audience. I miss the live shows, but definitely as long as we all stay safe and healthy, eventually this will all be behind us, and, we'll get to have everybody in the arena once again. But this is your Go Home Raw review. Remember, Raw and SmackDown the last couple weeks has been pre-taped because they want to keep everybody at home safe. I'm not sure if they filmed a Monday Night Raw for the Raw after Mania or SmackDown. We really don't know what's going to happen with that. Right now we're just all focused on getting through WrestleMania. As much as I disagree with WrestleMania even happening, for me personally, I thought they should have held off WrestleMania until probably around June. Because, hopefully that's when, at least there'll be a little more ease with the social distance laws. And hopefully we can have, more people, inside the arena. But unfortunately, based on everything I've heard, Vince McMahon's really the only guy that agrees that WrestleMania should be going on in the way it's going on right now. And there's really nothing we can do about it. WrestleMania's already been taped. It's probably, for the most part, it's been edited, and we know it's going to be live streaming on the network this week. I wanted to ask you guys this, all right? Since WrestleMania's already been taped, I feel like there's still a chance before the end of the week. I did a video on Friday talking about Sasha Banks and spoilers for her match for WrestleMania. So go check out that video if you guys have it already. It's very good. But, I feel like there's still a chance WrestleMania spoilers could be leaked. Like, for the entire show. I feel like this show might be leaked, before this Saturday. So, and the plan right now is I'm going to be doing a live stream Saturday night and a review. So we're going to do a live stream reaction Saturday night with a review. And then we'll also be doing a live stream on Sunday with another review on Sunday night. So 2 days, WrestleMania is too big for one night, supposedly. So it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. So you definitely want to be here for all things WrestleMania. If we get the spoilers before that, I will make sure to make a video on that, so letting you guys know. But I wanted to ask you guys, so let me know in the comment section if you guys are watching on the stream. Say what's up. Good to see you guys, man. But say what's up if you guys are in the chat watching live. If you guys are watching this via playback, go in the comment section and let me know, should I do a WrestleMania preview and predictions show? The only reason why, because you guys know I usually only do preview and predictions and live streams for big WWE shows like Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. Those kinds of big shows. So let me know, should I do one? The reason I would, if this was a normal WrestleMania, I would definitely do one. But since it's pre-taped, I don't know if you guys want to see that or not. If you guys do, if I see a couple of people in the comment section or in the chat telling me you guys want to see it, I'll definitely do a video probably for Tuesday or Wednesday, where I give my preview and predictions for WrestleMania. If you guys don't, that's fine. We'll just go about it business as usual. I know I haven't done a SmackDown review the last couple of weeks. I just really haven't been feeling like it. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to do a SmackDown review this week, because it's the day before WrestleMania, so I don't know, analytically that's a good decision. But definitely, if you guys want a WrestleMania preview and prediction show, just let me know in the comment section or in the live stream chat, and I will definitely give you guys that, most likely Tuesday or Wednesday of this week. Other than that, guys, we're gonna get into Raw tonight. I will say this about Raw: the last couple weeks it has been decent. The shows have definitely been better, since they decided taking tips from AEW and just from them moving the hard cam over to the other side of the arena where the camera's facing the ramp and the Titantron. It makes the shows visually so much better. And then there's been a heavy emphasis on promo work. And I will say this: ever since these empty arena shows started, all the superstars, I'm not talking about the best promo workers on the roster, like the Paul Heymans, the Sasha Banks, Randy Orton, people that are known for giving us fantastic promos, the John Cena's, etc., etc. Ever since this started, these empty arena shows the last 3-4 weeks, everybody, I mean everybody in the company has stepped up their promo game. And if we were going off of WrestleMania just based off the promos alone, WrestleMania would be a must-see show. But the thing about it is, it's not, and there's many reasons for that. The fact that it's taking place in an empty arena, even though WWE is going to be doing a lot of cinematic things with this show. The fact that there's no fans. The fact that some of the build has been lackluster. For the big time matches, I would say Becky versus Shayna, Edge versus Orton, McIntyre versus Lesnar. Those matches have had pretty good to fantastic builds. And I'm actually excited to see. I'll even put AJ Styles and Taker in that category based on what we saw from Taker tonight. But that's just me being honest. But, the rest of the card, and the thing about it is, near the end of Raw tonight, they showed a graphic. Basically, Tom Phillips and Brian Saxon. I hate Brian Saxon, can't stand his ass. But they spent like 5 minutes going through every single match on the card. And it's kind of crazy when you actually look at it and you see how many matches are on this show. It's Dave Meltzer revealed that WrestleMania both nights will be about 3.5 hours. So basically around the link are a little bit longer than a Monday Night Raw. But you also got to remember is there's no commercials since it'll be streaming live on the network. It's also going to be like $60 for people that want to watch it via pay-per-view. I don't know why you wouldn't just get the network itself, but yeah. Let's just pray WWE pay-per-views don't get moved to ESPN Plus because we're all screwed if that happens. But still, when you look at how many matches are on this card, it's kind of ridiculous. Just I think on close to 15 matches, and each night's supposed to be 3 hours. So you're gonna get about 6 hours of wrestling through on Saturday and Sunday, the 2 days of WrestleMania. I'm not sure about what matches they're putting for each night. I'm gonna look into that probably after I do the review and if I do a preview and prediction show, if you guys actually want that. But still, man. It's crazy, man. And probably what I'm gonna do personally for my reviews for WrestleMania, we will be live streaming, of course. But I will probably only be covering the matches that I find important. I'm probably not gonna spend time going through every single match. And I personally hope that they go with this 2-day WrestleMania format going forward. Because 3.5 hours. 3 hours, 3.5 hours is so much easier than having to sit there and watch WrestleMania for 6, 7, 8 hours. And when there's I would say about 40% of the matches I don't give a damn about. You know what I mean? So definitely, I'm going to be looking forward to that. Most likely I'm going to focus on the matches that I care about. But like I said, the promo work for all WWE superstars since this started has been fantastic. Everyone's been giving A+ promo work since this started, and there was, like I said last week's show was actually pretty decent, and they continued that tonight. A lot of strong promos again tonight. Last night we had some fantastic promos by Edge, by Becky Lynch, not by Edge, but Randy Orton. I think Lesnar was on last week's show. I'm not 100%, but we had some fantastic promos on last week's show. Yes, like AJ Styles, Randy Orton, Becky, they had some great promos. This week, we continued that. We had Edge with a fantastic promo. Undertaker, which we will be going over in depth in a couple minutes. Paul Heyman with a fantastic promo. Like I said, everybody's been stepping up their game when it comes to the promo work. On SmackDown, I gotta give credit to their superstars as well. Bray Wyatt, John Cena, Sasha Banks and Bayley have been doing some good promos as of late, you know. And I would probably say Raw's definitely had a stronger build when it comes to WrestleMania than SmackDown. Especially, we still have no idea because it was revealed that Strowman was going to face Goldberg at WrestleMania, but for some reason they're still promoting Reigns versus Goldberg. So I don't know. Part of me is thinking is WWE going to try to convince Roman Reigns last minute to try to film something with Goldberg. I don't know. And personally, I hope Strowman doesn't beat Goldberg at WrestleMania because that will piss me off. I don't even want to get into that. This is Monday Night Raw. Let's focus on Raw. We'll probably go over Strowman and Goldberg if we do a preview prediction show. But either way, let's get into Monday Night Raw tonight. Took place in the Performance Center, and we know that WrestleMania also will be taking place in the Performance Center, but there's also going to be other locations where WrestleMania is going to be taking place. None of those locations have been revealed. There's been rumors that there are going to be a couple matches that take place at Full Sail University, where NXT is placed, because there was a lot of images leaking online of WWE trucks and production crew at Full Sail, and it was like bigger than what they usually use for NXT. So definitely that's something to look forward to. And we have Cena versus Wyatt in the Firefly Funhouse match. We know that Taker and Styles, that's going to be taking place in a Boneyard match. So, and me personally, I hope Edge and Orton, which we'll discuss a little bit later in tonight's podcast, I hope that match takes place somewhere other than the Performance Center. I would not mind Edge and Orton taking place inside the Performance Center. Them brawling around the Performance Center, kind of similar to how they did with Gargano and Ciampa, but in their own unique way. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section. But either way, let's get into Monday Night Raw tonight. WrestleMania 36 Go Home show. The show started off with The Undertaker, and this made a lot of sense. I want to check WWE's YouTube channel real quick. If it's live on WWE's YouTube channel, I definitely want to play the promo for you guys, but I'm not exactly sure. Let's see. I hope it's up on their YouTube channel, because Undertaker's promo, man, I don't think it would do justice for me just to talk. Yes, it's here. It's here. I don't know if it's the full promo, but the thing about it is, I'm not gonna put it full screen. I'm just gonna play it, and we'll pause and discuss. Because I know if I display it here for you guys to see, it'll get claimed, and I don't want to get claimed from WWE. So definitely. But Undertaker, this made sense because you knew the last 3-4 weeks we've had AJ Styles just killing Undertaker with his promo work. The promo work that we've seen from, like I said, everybody's been stepping up their game when it comes to promos for WWE. Ever since these empty arena shows started. Even before that, Styles was cutting some really great promos, and he's continued that. This is, to me, probably the best promo work we've seen from AJ Styles since he got to WWE. And there's no disrespect, because Styles, he's great at doing promos, but he's just stepped up his game since then. This rivalry with Taker started. So, I'm going to play it for you guys. Hopefully you guys can hear it.
You said about me?
And the thing about it is, Undertaker, he didn't have the robe, he didn't have the hat. There was reports about, at WrestleMania, they wanted Taker to come out like as Big Evil or American Badass Taker. That's Taker with like the bandana, the G jacket, and the shades, then the motorcycle. And I completely agree with that. They should have probably started doing that after Taker lost to Roman Reigns, because that was symbolic. Taker putting his hat and his gloves, his coat in the ring, and then leaving. But yet after that, they continued to have him come back out as the Dead Man. No matter if it was a match against Shawn Michaels and Triple H, or if it was a match against Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre, or Goldberg, or whoever it was. I'm happy that we're getting it now, because Taker is, he's like 55. I believe his birthday was last week, and he still wants to do this. It's been almost 30 years since the Undertaker started wrestling, but at least the dead man side of Taker, that's I'm not gonna say it should be buried. I just feel like it's run its course, you know, you know. And I love Undertaker. I love everything about him. He's one of my favorites of all time. But if Taker wants to continue at this age of his career, sure, that's great for him. But he needs to evolve with the times. The dead man is really not needed in WWE these days. If Taker wants to continue, bring out that other side of The Undertaker. The side that people of this generation, new fans, may not know about. People who didn't watch the Attitude Era, Undertaker went through so many phases. I was born during the end of the Attitude Era, and I always go back and watch Attitude Era matches all the time because I love Stone Cold, I love The Rock, I love reliving, that time because that was WWE's best, And Taker mentioned that in the beginning of his promo. He said, AJ Styles, as good as you are, you would have not survived back then with me when I was in my prime. Yes, I have way more matches behind me than I have in front of me. But if you were there back then in the Attitude Era with guys like myself, Stone Cold, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, The Rock, Mick Foley, Edge, and he went down the list. He listed a bunch of names. Styles wouldn't have survived. I don't know if that's true to say, because Styles, in my opinion, he's one of the best in the world. He's right up there with the Johnny Garganos, the Kenny Omegas, the Young Bucks, when it comes to being the best wrestler in the world. But still, I know he was saying it for this promo, and it was great. It was fantastic. Taker was hitting a lot of valid points, and Taker had to respond. You have to remember that. Taker had to respond because Styles has been calling him out for weeks, and Taker didn't say anything when he was on Raw a couple weeks ago for the contract signing. This was the first we've seen Taker say anything since this rivalry started, and he did a fantastic job of saying what he wanted to say. For some people, they're used to seeing when the Undertaker comes out, he's slow with his delivery. He takes his time. He gets his words all together. But this delivery, he got straight to the point. He didn't waste any more time. For people that don't know American Badass Undertaker, this is him. The Taker you guys saw tonight, this is Taker from like 2020 to like 2023. He did that gimmick for about 2-3 years before he went back to the Dead Man gimmick. Because the Undertaker in the Attitude Era went through a lot of phases. He was the Dead Man at one point. Then he was like the Ministry of Darkness Taker. Then he was like American Badass, the Big Evil. Then like 2004, I believe, he went back to doing the Phenom gimmick or the Dead Man gimmick, as you guys know it. But I am so happy that it looks like we're getting, American Badass / Big Evil Taker back. Because he is a badass. And I just want to let you guys know, the Boneyard match is basically just another word for a Buried Alive match, really. But let me know if you guys can hear the promo. Because the way I have it at OBS, I might have the volume a little bit low. But here we go.
All the things you said about me, I get it. I do, it's just business. Where you crossed the line, though, was the first time you mentioned her.
His wife, Michelle McCool.
I think your pride is playing games with you again. I think you're mad because she does the Faith Breaker, a.k.a. the Styles Clash, better than you do.
This was probably my favorite part of the promo. Taker goes like, because people mentioned it last week, Michelle McCool, her finishing move, the Faith Breaker, is basically just another version of the Styles Clash. If you guys remember, it's kind of ironic. AJ Styles, when he was feuding with Randy Orton, he dissed Randy Orton saying, the Diamond Cutter. Basically you stole the Diamond Cutter from my friends in the Indies. Because the RKO is just another version of the Diamond Cutter, really. Just like the Stunner is another version of the Diamond Cutter. It's kind of ironic. Styles was getting on Orton back then for, stealing moves in a way. While Michelle McCool was doing the Styles Clash before Styles was doing it. And here's Taker saying, my wife does your move better than you do your own move. Oh, man. And people were talking about this on Twitter last week, and I love how Taker brought it into his promo. I definitely hope, I don't know if they'll do it, but I hope, since Michelle McCool has been mentioned so much in this feud, I definitely think it would do make the story that much more better. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys, when they first announced this, you know, if this was 3 years ago, when Styles first got to WWE, I'd be all for it. There was a point where I wanted Undertaker versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship a couple years back. I think that was WrestleMania 33, if I'm correct. But, when they first announced this, I was like, because, yes, this is kind of a dream match for me, but I know that Taker's no longer, he's not the dead man of like 10 years ago when he was going up against Triple H and Shawn Michaels and CM Punk putting on classics. He's a 55-year-old man, and yes, he still looks young, but in all honesty, he's not, but the story, the promo work has made me believe in this story, and I really hope, I feel like I say the same thing about Edge and Randy Orton. I hope that Taker and Edge in their older age can still deliver a damn good match, and now we're getting this different version of The Undertaker. I really do hope that at this stage in Undertaker's career, he could still give us a damn good match. And yes, it's AJ Styles. He's going to do a damn good job selling, and he's going to do the grunt work for this match, but still, I'm excited. Definitely the promo work and the story has definitely made me believe, and got me more excited for this match.
She got it over. No matter the reason, you're gonna pay the ultimate price for disrespecting her. My wife, Michelle McCool. And you're gonna pay that price in a boneyard.
Boneyard.
Remember? That was your idea. You want to be relevant at the Showcase of Immortals, WrestleMania. Who better to make that happen than The Undertaker?
Who's better to make you relevant at the Showcase of Immortals? Even though The Undertaker no longer has his streak, and I can go on for days about how The Undertaker should have never lost the streak. As iconic as it will always be, with Brock Lesnar ending Undertaker's streak, that streak should have never ended. Never ended. But still, it's not the same Undertaker from, 5-6 years ago when he was going up against Lesnar. But when you think of WrestleMania, the first two people that come to my mind all the time, Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. And that will never change, streak or no streak.
Try me. I'll make you famous.
I'll make you famous. Oh,
and
man.
I hope you bring those two ass clowns, Gallows and Anderson, with you. All three of you can feel the wrath of the unholy trinity I'm bringing with me.
The unholy trinity.
Just know, you will feel the pain. You will get hurt. And you will suffer.
I love how the camera's just panning
Most
into him.
importantly,
You will rest in peace, right? That's what he said.
will rest in peace.
And then in the background, as his music's playing, I'm gonna mute it so the entrance doesn't get copyrighted. But he already has like a tombstone created for AJ Styles. It has his birth years, 1977 to 2020. Also, the WWE clip didn't show it, but at the beginning of the promo, The Undertaker said, what did he say? Oh, he said AJ Styles, or better known as Alan Jones, because that's Styles' real name in real life. AJ stands for Alan Jones, which I like that since we're getting real. But definitely a fantastic promo by The Undertaker, man. You could just hear it in his voice. Like, this is not the dead man. This is Mark Calloway, and I like how they're giving us this different version of The Undertaker. I'm hoping the match delivers. I think it will. I'm not expecting, the match of the night, even though I think Styles and Taker will deliver because Styles is that good. And Taker, even in his old age, I think he can still put on a damn good match. We'll just have to wait and see. But definitely this promo probably was the highlight of the night for me, and definitely got me excited to see what they do at Mania. Next up, this got me a little bit pissed, all right? We go from Undertaker giving us a damn good promo. We have Becky Lynch pulling up in that truck that she's been pulling up in the last couple of weeks, and I couldn't understand it because Becky, that truck was meant to be Becky Lynch's entrance into Raymond James Stadium for WrestleMania this year. Which would have been actually pretty cool, even though they're trying to make her feel like Stone Cold Steve Austin. I thought they were going to do something like maybe Shayna gets payback on Becky for last week by destroying the truck. Maybe like spray painting it or something. Or, taking like a sledgehammer and like breaking the windows. Who knows? But instead they had Becky Lynch come out. She's on the top of the entrance ramp. And then she's talking about how she defied the odds against Rousey and Charlotte. And then she's like, let's take a look. So first of all, my problem with this is you had Becky Lynch come out to the stage, to tell everyone, oh, let's watch my match against Rousey and Charlotte from WrestleMania last year. Here's one thing I want you guys to remember. It wasn't a terrible match, but I didn't care. I love Ronda Rousey, and I can't wait for when Rousey comes back, whenever that is. No matter if it's this year at SummerSlam, because there are rumors saying they're trying to get Rousey back for SummerSlam for a match either against Becky or against Shayna Baszler. But if we don't, she'll almost certainly be back for WrestleMania next year in Hollywood. I can't see Rousey missing that. But Rousey will be back when the time feels right for her. And I hope it's SummerSlam, because SummerSlam is in Boston, and I think, hopefully things will be back to normal by then. And I definitely would love to see Rousey compete live at SummerSlam. But the thing about it is, this match wasn't that good. It was the main event. Yes, it made history, but at the end of the day, the match was not that good. Especially for something advertised as the WrestleMania main event. Not only, I thought we were going to get a barn burner. Remember what Becky and Charlotte did at WWE Evolution back in, I think that was 2018? Why couldn't we get something like that? Rousey's great in the ring. Charlotte, as much as I can't stand her, most of the time when it comes to big matches, she puts on a show. And Becky Lynch, maybe she's just overrated in the ring. This match was disappointing. I really didn't want to see, this match again. The only thing that you guys can really remember from this match is how over Becky Lynch was. Because she was over at the time. It's crazy, And you can see it. They had Becky Lynch come out last. And she wasn't even champion at the time. Both Rousey and Charlotte, who are Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion, came out before Becky. That's the only really, thing. When you look back at this match, and the first time when you watch a match, that's your first time seeing it. You're reacting to it in the moment. You're emotional. But going back and watching this match again, the match wasn't as good as people say it was. WWE has it as like in the top 5 of their best matches of the year last year, but it wasn't. It wasn't better than Sasha Banks and Ronda Rousey at the Rumble. It wasn't better than either one of Sasha and Becky's matches from last fall. It wasn't a bad match. It wasn't terrible. But for something that was advertised as the main event of WrestleMania, this match wasn't that good. And that was just made a little more apparent to me rewatching that match tonight. But definitely this match was about, showcasing Becky Lynch's greatest moment. Her becoming Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion to close out WrestleMania. The finish was, it seems like the finish was rushed. And it was disappointing, but it's whatever. But after the match, Becky Lynch, and I'll say this, I've been very hard on Becky Lynch the last couple months because, she hasn't really felt like the man in months. But ever since she started this feud with Shayna Baszler, she's gotten back to that Becky that we fell in love with, a year and a half ago when she turned on Charlotte at SummerSlam, when she was chasing after Rousey for like 4 to 5 months. The Becky that won the Royal Rumble. Becky's work since starting this feud with Shayna has been really damn good. All right, other than the first couple weeks when she was coming out looking like a clown, all right, wearing those robes and wearing Jerry the King Lawler's crown. I have Shayna winning at WrestleMania, and I think that's the right decision because I feel like I've grown very tired of Becky as champion. I just want to see a change, really. But I'll have to say this: Becky's promo work has been fantastic the last month. She's cut really good promos, and she's taking Shayna seriously. So she cut a promo talking about how if she loses the Raw Women's title, it's gonna destroy her, and how that's the truth because she doesn't know who she is without the Raw Women's Championship, and it's part of the reason why she fights so hard to keep it. I hate when she wears that jacket. Because when I see Sasha Banks' name on there, I get pissed because Sasha should have never lost to Becky. But still, I don't want this to be about Sasha. But still, she goes on and on and on about how Shayna's biggest demon is being in the shadow of Ronda Rousey, which is kind of true. And if Shayna can defeat Becky at WrestleMania, then she takes that spotlight. She takes Ronda Rousey's spot as the top girl in WWE, and definitely, I think Shayna definitely needs this win way more than Becky. I really don't think that if Becky loses at Mania, it hurts her. She's been dominant, so dominant over like the last year and a half. It's time for Becky to, take a little bit of a break from the spotlight and let somebody else get the shine. Becky's been on top basically since SummerSlam of last year. I feel like it's someone else's turn to have the spotlight, and you really need to make Shayna look like a star. Honestly, because if Shayna loses, if Becky wins, makes Shayna tap out, there's really nobody, and I mean, there's nobody that, you're on that roster that you're going to make me believe can beat Becky Lynch at that point. Because you've already buried, the rest of the Raw Women's division at Elimination Chamber. There's really nobody else out there. Not even on SmackDown, other than, Sasha, that you can make me believe has a chance to beat Becky Lynch. Shayna has to win this match. Becky doesn't. This has to be Shayna. Becky got her moment last year at Mania. She's had her time over the last year and a half. It's Shayna's time now, and it's time for a change of the guard at the Raw Women's division. I feel kind of the same way when it comes to Bayley and Sasha on SmackDown, but we're focused on Raw for right now. But yeah, Shayna Baszler, she came out at the end of Becky's promo. She got revenge for Becky's attack from last week. She put her in the, it looked like it was the Kalita clutch, and she dragged her over to the announce table and basically slammed her head right into the side of the announce table with the announcers looking on. Then she took the Raw Women's Championship, raised it up, and then threw it on Becky. So I'm still hoping Shayna gets the win here. Shayna has to win. She's my prediction to win, but we'll just have to wait and see. All right. Now, definitely this match, for the most part, has been built pretty well for Mania. Definitely one of the matches I'm looking forward to. Next up, we had Aleister Black versus Jason Cade. This was, a jobber match. This was dumb, really. We know we're getting Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley at Mania. I don't give a damn about that match. I know there's going to be 2 pre-shows for Mania. I don't plan on watching the pre-shows, to be honest. But still, we'll just have to wait and see. I think Aleister Black will definitely defeat Bobby Lashley. This should definitely be a match on the pre-show. Honestly, they've done this match as 0 build. I have 0 care for it, and definitely it's pre-show worthy, and I don't care. Aleister Black beat Jason Cade in basically a minute. Black Mass, 1, 2, 3. I don't know. I don't get it. Every time Black's going up against a jobber or somebody, whenever Black does his sit down and does the mind game, I don't know why his opponents, get surprised. Come on, that's his gimmick. But hey, whatever. Next up, we had the Street Profits versus Street Profits and Kevin Owens, versus Seth Rollins, Austin Theory, and Angel Garza. This was Austin Theory's debut on the main roster. It was announced last week as Andrade's replacement. I believe Andrade was sent home sick. Or I think, yeah, he was sent home because he was sick. Zelina Vega came out before the match and said this was what was it? He said Andrade had a injury so he was not medically cleared to compete. So Austin Theory came out. I love Austin Theory, man. This guy was the world champion of Evolve a couple months ago, and definitely, I at one point thought he could potentially be a future NXT champion. Well, it looks like he's jumping straight to the main roster. This could just be for WrestleMania, since Andrade is not going to be able to compete. But I could be wrong. We'll just have to wait and see until after Mania. But the guy has the talent. Austin Theory, he doesn't need to be in NXT. But the thing is, will Vince, will they book him correctly on the main roster? That is to be seen. But still, definitely, Theory's great. And definitely, he has world champion written all over him. He's one of the future stars in the company if the company books him correctly. This wasn't a bad match. It wasn't something, what up, Landon McComb? Are you a new subscriber? Bro, I don't know if I've seen you in the chat before. If you are, welcome to the channel, bro. Good to see you. But it was whatever. It was whatever. I didn't really care too much for the match. It was just your normal 6-man tag. But at the end of the match, Montez Ford, he went for a dive, wiped out. Owens hit Angel Garza with the stunner. Got the win for his team, but right after the bell rang, Rollins hits him with a curb stomp and runs away. This building towards their match this Sunday or this weekend of Mania. Like I said, it's not that I'm not excited for Owens versus Seth Rollins. I care about both of these guys. I feel like Kevin Owens definitely could be a future champion. One thing, I wouldn't mind. I'm just saying this personally. I think after Mania, because I have Owens beating Rollins at Mania, I think there's 1 to 2 things you can do with Kevin Owens. Or three things. And I like all 3. Definitely. Thank you, Landon. Definitely, I love having new subscribers on this channel, bro. Make sure to share the channel. Let your friends know what we're doing here on Fitzmunk TV. Definitely great. I love new subscribers, bro. Anyway, what I would do with Kevin Owens, 1 of 3 things. After WrestleMania 1, you can have him feud with Andrade over the U.S. Championship. Oh, glad you like that. I'm a huge Sasha Banks fan, so definitely I appreciate that, bro. But I would do one more thing. You could have Kevin Owens feud with Andrade over the United States Championship. Definitely those are 5-star matches waiting to happen right there. I feel like definitely WWE's just waiting for the right guy to take that title off of Andrade. 2, I would, as much as I want to see Kevin Owens versus Drew McIntyre, they're both baby faces. And I think Drew, once he defeats Brock at Mania, Drew's going to run with that belt for a good amount of time, for a good amount of the year. So that's my thing on that front. But, you could have Owens go after Andrade. If you want, you can move Kevin Owens to SmackDown. Because I don't know what's WWE's plans for the Superstar Shakeup. They always do the Superstar Shakeup after WrestleMania. I'm not sure what's their plan to do it this year. Maybe they might wait till we get back to having live audiences to do the Superstar Shakeup. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. But they usually always do it the week after WrestleMania. So, I can see Owens moving to SmackDown, and maybe, imagine this, we get a babyface Kevin Owens versus a heel Sami Zayn feud for the IC Championship. That would be incredible. We all know the history between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. We've never seen a babyface Kevin Owens versus a heel Sami Zayn in WWE. So definitely that would be something. I would love to see their rivalry renew. Or, if you want, you can have Kevin Owens go back after the Universal Championship. I think Goldberg, now that, unless something changes with the whole Roman Reigns situation, I think Goldberg will retain against Braun Strowman. Why don't we do Kevin Owens versus Goldberg again? Have Owens go back after the Universal Championship, right? Remember, Goldberg defeated Owens for the Universal Championship a couple years ago. So why don't you have Owens now a babyface? I wouldn't mind. Goldberg's supposedly a babyface. I look at Goldberg as a heel, to be honest. But have Owens try to get payback on Goldberg and try to regain the Universal Championship. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section down below. But that's definitely something I think would be interested. But let me know. I definitely think once Owens defeats Rollins at Mania, definitely it's time to get Owens in some kind of title scene. No matter if it's for the IC title, the Universal title, or the US title. I see 3 really good feuds there for Kevin Owens, because I feel like babyface Kevin Owens should be booked near the top of the card. I love babyface Kevin Owens. But Owens gave a really good promo. He was sitting, in the ring, talking about, because he was recovering from the stomp, and he talked about how Rollins has always been a nightmare to deal with, not just to him, but everybody in the back. How Rollins back when he was in NXT was a nightmare to deal with, and he's still a nightmare to deal with now. He also called Rollins a dipshit, which I love that reference at that point. But Owens said, and I don't know why WWE's doing this, they never mention Chris Jericho, because I know Kevin Owens has lost almost all of his WrestleMania matches, but he beat Chris Jericho at WrestleMania 33 to become United States Champion. I don't know why WWE, just ignores that. Maybe because, Chris Jericho's in AEW, but still, it's not like Kevin Owens is, Kevin Owens going on about, how this will be his first WrestleMania moment. No, you won. You won the U.S. Championship at WrestleMania 33 against Chris Jericho. Like, let's not rewrite that, like that never happened. Don't insult our intelligence. That's one of the things I hate. When WWE insults our intelligence, it pisses me off. But yeah, I don't know what WWE's doing with the whole Goldberg Roman Reigns thing. Because I've heard no reports that WWE filmed a match between Roman Reigns and Goldberg. So maybe we'll find out on SmackDown, or maybe they'll just wait till WrestleMania and just give us a last minute, like Goldberg does, like an open challenge, and then Strowman comes out and loses. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, this was a really good promo by KO. He's definitely winning this Sunday in my book. Also, my prayers go out to, I think it was Akam or Rizar. I don't know which one, but I know that he tore his bicep. And the AOP, they have not done good with injuries since going up to the main roster. He tore his bicep, and now he won't be on WWE TV for at least 6 months. So definitely wishing a speedy recovery to him. And I know Murphy, I think Murphy was not at the WrestleMania tapings because of illness. So definitely Rollins won't have any backup going into this Sunday. But I see Owens winning this. Owens ended his promo by saying, at WrestleMania, when I get my first WrestleMania moment, don't insult intelligence. This will be Kevin Owens' second WrestleMania victory when he beats Rollins. But he said, when I do beat you at WrestleMania, I will be the one to burn it down. So really good promo by Kevin Owens. Moving on, we had Edge. Well, first off, we had Asuka versus Kaden Carter. I like Kaden Carter. She, I definitely like her work in NXT. This was her debut on the main roster. Asuka, I love Asuka. Asuka's a national treasure. I definitely hopefully get Asuka to turn back into a babyface soon. But I love when Asuka talks crap in Japanese. She's like, "Oyola!" and she just goes off on her opponent. She defeated Carter pretty quickly, putting her in the Asuka lock. And then she went over to the announce table, talked crap about Alexa Bliss, and then it was confirmed that we were going to get Asuka and Kairi Sane going up against Alexa Bliss and my cousin's texting me. Hold on. Anyway, Asuka was going off. And then it was confirmed that we're going to get Kairi Sane and Asuka going up against Bliss and Nikki Cross for the women's tag team titles at Mania. Not that, I'm excited for that match or anything. Just letting you guys what was confirmed. I thought we were going to get, it was rumored that we were going to get Beth Phoenix and Natalya also in that match. But I guess, the plans changed. But whatever, I'm not complaining. But back to Edge before this. I just wanted to get through that really quickly. Edge came out and gave a fantastic promo. Well, he did it backstage. Basically talking about, grit. And like I said, Edge versus Randy Orton, in my opinion, should be the main event for WrestleMania. What I would do, so I'm just being honest. what I would do probably the beginning of WrestleMania. I would do Goldberg versus probably Strowman. Get that out of the way. And then the main event of night 1, since Drew McIntyre and Brock Lesnar should be the main event of night 2, since McIntyre won the Rumble, I would do the main event of night 1 should be Orton versus Edge. Edge versus Randy Orton, hands down, has been the best story going into WrestleMania. Fantastic promo work by Orton and Edge. They've done a really good job building the story. I loved everything they've done. Everything. This has been a fantastic story. It's the thing that I'm most excited for going into WrestleMania. Edge gave another fantastic promo backstage talking about, True Grit is dreaming every single day for 9 years about going back. He also said, probably the line of the night, Randy Orton, Edge said, it's been 9 years since Randy Orton was this good. Randy Orton's only been at his best when I was there because I'm the guy to light the fire under his ass. I love that line because it's kind of true. Let's be serious. Randy Orton, over the years, he has hot streaks and cold streaks. There's times when he's really high, like when he was with The Authority back in 2013, and then he falls down. And then he got back up. Remember when he turned babyface and feuded with Seth Rollins and The Authority? He was high for a point, then fell back into like boredom. Then he turned heel. And then remember when he was feuding with Jeff Hardy? Really high, then fell low. And then when he was feuding with Bray Wyatt? Really high, and then he fell really low when he was feuding with, what's his name? That clown, Jinder freaking Mahal. I don't want to go off about him. Damn, I need my charger. Hold up. I'm going to move this over really quick before my computer dies. I need to plug it in. I hate when this happens. Anyway. Sorry about that, guys. My computer was dying. Anyway, I didn't want my computer to die. Anyway, let's get back to it. So, basically, what I'm trying to say here is when you look at everything that's been going on with this story, basically, it's kind of true. Ed's saying you haven't been at your best since I was here 9 years ago. It's kind of true because Randy Orton's career is a bunch of hot streaks and a bunch of cold streaks. This is probably some of the best promo work I've ever seen out of Randy Orton these last couple weeks. He's been, in my opinion, the best heel in WWE since the Royal Rumble. All right? He's been fantastic. Fantastic. And, Edge was really passionate. Edge was talking about to feel that energy from the crowd when I connect with the audience every time my music comes out. Because let's be serious, Edge's entrance gets you hyped. When you hear that, you think you know me. And then on this day. I love Edge's theme song. And when he comes out in the smoke and he's all electrifying, I love it. Absolutely love it. Everything Edge said in his promo was true. Everything. And he said how you crossed the line when you mentioned my kids and my wife. I was thinking about actually retiring, but then you RKO'd my wife and you mentioned my kids. That's when I was like, no. And the kind man in me always wants to bring the guy who doesn't deserve it out of that pit they're in. But Randy, in this last man standing match, I'm going to put you so down that you're not going to be able to get back up. I loved it. I am excited. This is the match I am most excited for Mania. Edge and Randy Orton, man. I hope it doesn't take place in the Performance Center. I want them to fight all over the Performance Center, just like they did with Gargano and Ciampa, but do it in their own unique way. Hell, you could do it at Full Sail if you want to. Just like I said, I hope this match delivers. I kind of feel bad for Edge, to come back and have to do this, in an empty arena, but still, in my opinion, this should be the main event of Night 1 of Mania. I'm wicked excited for this match. It's had the best build. It's had the best story. It's had the best character work, promo work. I am excited for it. All right, getting into the final thing of the night. So Edge with a fantastic promo. They replayed Brock Lesnar and Rey Mysterio from Survivor Series. This match gets me hyped every time I watch it. the final 5 minutes of this match with Dominic and Rey Mysterio teaming up, seeing how hyped the crowd was, seeing them do the double 619 and Dominic jump from the do the frog splash. You know, the fact that Lesnar almost lost in that way, incredible. And then seeing Lesnar do hit Dominic with a suplex from the top rope and then catch Mysterio in midair with the F5. Love it. Goosebumps. These are the kind of matches I don't mind rewatching. I don't want to rewatch freaking Becky Lynch and Ronda and versus Charlotte. No, give me matches like this that I was mostly invested in. You know, afterwards, Lesnar came out and Paul Heyman. I love this because Brock Lesnar, when you have the hard cam zoomed in on him, it's like he's staring into your soul. And I love this. This was a fantastic promo by Paul Heyman. Lesnar is staring into your soul, and Heyman's like, you know what's the constant with WrestleMania every single year? Brock Lesnar on the Go Home show, because he's in the most important match, which is kind of true. No matter if it was Lesnar versus, Reigns, as much as I hated those matches, or Lesnar versus Rollins, Lesnar is almost always in the main event because he's that damn good. Lesnar has won my respect over the years. But then Lesnar just staring into the camera, Paul Heyman talking about how no matter what happens at Mania, he will be a constant. As he made a prediction. No, not even he made a guarantee that next year at WrestleMania, when WrestleMania is in LA, Lesnar will be right back here on the Go Home segment on the Go Home show of Raw before Mania. And it probably is true. Lesnar will probably be right back here a year from now, either as Universal Champion or WWE Champion. But I love this segment. I love this promo. Paul Heyman said Lesnar's going to make McIntyre his bitch. He also said that, everyone's talking about the Claymore kick, but people don't realize that Lesnar's taken all the best finishing moves and kicked out of them over the years. No matter if it was The Rock's Rock Bottom, no matter if it was John Cena's FU, no matter if it was Roman Reigns' Spear, no matter if it was Undertaker's Tombstone, which is all facts, Lesnar's kicked out of them all. So he's going to do the same thing to Drew McIntyre's Claymore that he's done to all the other great finishing moves. He's going to kick out, take McIntyre to Suplex City, and get the win. And this whole time, Lesnar's just staring into the camera. Like I said, Lesnar's won my respect. And I'm other than Edge and Orton, this is the second match that I'm most hyped for. I feel bad for McIntyre because, this is his WrestleMania moment and there's no audience, but I'm still excited for the match itself because I know Lesnar's going to be taking it seriously. And when Lesnar takes matches seriously, that's when he's at his most dangerous. Fantastic promo by Paul Heyman. Fantastic promo by Edge. Great work by Becky. Another great promo by Undertaker. Like I said, the promo work since these Empty Arena shows started have been fantastic. Other than that, guys, that's about all I got for you guys today. Thank you guys for joining me on the Raw review tonight. Like I said, the promo work has been fantastic. I hope they continue with that on SmackDown. I know they will because we're going to have Cena on the show. I expect Sasha Banks and Bayley to have another good promo segment. And we'll just have to wait and see what else they have planned for WrestleMania. But it is WrestleMania week. As much as I disagree with the show taking place, it's here. We're going to do it right. Like I said, most likely, if you guys want me to, I will do a WrestleMania preview and prediction show Tuesday or Wednesday when I have time. I don't know if I'll be doing a SmackDown review this week just because it's the day before Mania, but definitely Saturday and Sunday we will be doing a live stream reaction to WrestleMania Day 1 and Day 2, and right after the shows go off the air, WrestleMania review for Night 1 and Night 2 right here on Fitzmug TV. I have you guys covered all through WrestleMania weekend. Thank you guys for all the love and support. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to slap a like on this video. Also, make sure to comment and subscribe. If you guys are new to the channel, enable notifications by clicking the bell right next to my name, Fitzmug TV, so you guys are notified every time I post a new video. I'm going to keep you guys updated all through WrestleMania week. This is going to be a long week, guys, so make sure you guys subscribe so you guys are updated with all new videos. I'll see you guys later. Make sure to follow me on social media. I usually live tweet during the show, so if you guys want to get in contact with me, social media, especially Twitter. You know, that's the best way to contact me. But my Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, that's all in the description. Thank you guys for the love and support. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review once again. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day, guys. Peace. Stay safe and healthy.